God's timing is the best, and God's timing is today and forevermore. God is a covenant-keeping God. Our God is so faithful, like He's so faithful. He knows the desires of our hearts, and His plans are not for us to suffer, but for us to prosper and be successful. However, what is delaying us from getting to the promises of God, from getting to our promised land? It's us, our irresponsibility, our complaining. When you look the walk of the Israelites, they took 40 years to get to their promised land because of their behavior. Before you can say God is not answering you or God is delaying, how are you behaving? Do you have faith upon God, or do you question the movement of God? Because I believe God hears us at all times. God sees everything. He sees our sufferings. He sees what we are going through. Believe me, He sees it all. And some storms are not there to be stopped, but they are there to stop certain things in our lives. God, when you look at Job, what Job went through, God allowed that so that, I believe, so that He can bless Job more. Like there's a deeper revelation, there's many revelations that can come from the book of Job, but now I'm talking about what you might be going through, thinking God is not seeing, God is not hearing. God allows a certain situation so that you may come victorious upon that situation, so that He may give you something meaningful upon that. For instance, when you dig gold, in order for a gold to turn into a piece of earring, into a piece of necklace, it has to go through the fire. Maybe that fire, that is the fire that is taking you to your promised land. That is the fire that is taking you to your success. That is the fire that is taking you to your prosperity. When you look at Genesis, let me read it for you. Genesis in NIV. Genesis chapter 1, verse 2 and 3. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that darkness was over the surface of the deep, and God said, "Let there be light." After He sees the darkness over the surface, He spoke light unto the darkness. God sees the darkness unto your life, the darkness unto your situation, and He wants to speak life unto him, unto you, or unto her. But are you allowing God to? Are you obedient enough to allow God to order your steps? God always sees everything, and it's not the matter of, it's not the timing of God yet to answer. It's not the timing of God. Is always, when you read this book, when you read this chapter, it does not say like, okay, God saw darkness over the surface of the deep, but God thought it was not time yet. Maybe the best timing would be sometime next year. After immediately saw that, He spoke light. Immediately after God sees the desires of your heart, sees you, He wishes to provide what you need. However, our lives are too busy. Our plates are too full for God to pour in, to shower us with the blessings. Check your surroundings. Are you aligned with God? Is your heart pure? When I speak about pure, I'm not talking about the perfectionist, purist When I say pure, are your intentions pure? If you are asking for $1 million rand, right? God bless me with millions. While He bless you with thousands, but with that thousands you are irresponsible. With that thousands you want to show everyone that you have money, and people who don't have money you look down upon. Then how can He bless you with those millions, because you are not responsible enough to handle such money, because the little that He gives you, you misuse it. So when you check in the book of Exodus chapter 3 verse 7, when I say God always provides the solution to your problem, it says that that's when the Lord called Moses. The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard the crying. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. God sees God sees when you cry. He hears your crying, and He definitely sees your sufferings. He definitely sees your sufferings. And I believe God is like, if they can just allow me, because I believe some storms are there to change our character, so that we may be successful in the future, or so that we may get to the promised land. Every journey is preparing you for the next step. Every journey, it's like training you for the next step. If He blesses you with those thousands, and then you change your hearts, you change your mentality, that you know what, with this money, how can I multiply this money? And you cancel your selfishness. Okay, with this money, how can I reach out, or how can I make sure that the next person's life is somehow influenced? Okay, with this money, let me buy this for me, not to show off, but it's my need. But it's your need. So I believe that God's timing is always and forever. God's timing is now, tomorrow. But the question is, are you ready? I have a short testimony, because I have a short testimony. In 2016, I was prophesied that I'll get married. So immediately after I received that prophecy, I know marriage is not everyone's dream or everyone's achievement, but yeah, immediately after receiving that prophecy, I was expecting that prophecy will happen the same year. Okay, probably next year. Okay, probably in 2018. No, it didn't happen. But I believe I was not mature enough, and I was not ready to hold such responsibility at the time, right? But that delay was not denial unto God, because I got married last year. Yes, I got married last year. So there are a lot of testimonies that I can share with you, and I believe some of you who are listening to this, you have a lot of testimonies. Sometimes you may pray for something today, you may be answered tomorrow. Yes, if you're answered tomorrow, you were ready for that blessing. But if it takes longer, pray to God to reveal, Father, what are the areas that you want me to focus on? What are the areas that you want me to fix, or what character that I must change? But keep in mind, do not lose hope that God is a faithful God. Our God is the omnipotent God, all-powerful. Nothing is too hard for Him. He's the creator of the heavens and the earth, Alpha and Omega, the consuming fire. Allow yourself to be ordered by the Lord, and keep on praying. Don't lose hope. Do not time God. Your promises will come to pass. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be after 10 years or 5 years, but definitely your promises will